As America struggles between security and liberty, there's a lot of rhetoric regarding immigration, what are American values, vetting these people that are coming in, and how to best keep the country free from terrorism and crime. Listening to certain politicians, they make it seem like we've always been an open sanctuary society, letting in everyone from everywhere for any reason. Well, we're going to hear a first-hand account of immigration, its policies, and the vulnerabilities posed. That person, Maury Beschloss.
All I can say is I'm the luckiest man on earth that my family was prominent, had connections in the United States, and was able to use those connections to get my father out of the country on Crystal Night, November 9th, 1938, when they were taking anybody of the Jewish persuasion, putting them in concentration camps or killing them.
So did they just let you in the country, or did they vet
No.
you? Did you have to have a sponsor?
No.
Did they want to know who you were, where you were coming from?
Well, first of all, my father got out because he was ahead of the Social Democratic doctors movement in Germany before Hitler. So he was a prominent man. They didn't fight Hitler, but they were able to get him to Hamburg. And then my uncle's first cousin, by his wife's first cousin, was Governor Lehman of New York, who sent $35,000 to Batista, the president of Cuba, and bribed him. And he sent a banana boat that was floating in the Baltic Sea to Hamburg to have my father get on there and get out of Germany. Otherwise, he'd have been in the concentration camp. My mother and my brother and I got out because we had three rich uncles living in Pittsburgh who had to sign an affidavit saying that the only way that the U.S. government would let us come into the United States if they would post this affidavit and say that they would put money aside to support us.
So what would happen if you came here and you broke the law, or you robbed somebody, or you murdered somebody, or you committed a crime, or you did something against the country? What would have happened?
Well, you would have been, they'd have sent you back in 5 minutes.
And what would have happened to your sponsors and their money and their security?
Well, they'd lose it all.
And this is in your lifetime. This was happening to you.
You know, the best example that I must cite, and it's very important, the voyage of the damned, the ship to St. Louis in August. We came over here in February of 1939. In August of 39, when things had gotten worse, there were 835 Jewish immigrants had already been paid to the Cuban government to land there. When they got there, Batista asked for the Jewish agency to give more money. They wouldn't do it. So the captain of the ship, the St. Louis, was going to beach at Miami. Franklin Delano Roosevelt sent out a message to the Coast Guard: don't let that ship dock in Miami. If necessary, fire warning shots to make our point. I don't want all those Jews here in the United States. It'll hurt my third-term election.
I don't want all those Jews here in the United States.
That's correct.
That racist, anti-Semitic Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
I am telling you.
Racist Democrat, son of a gun.